Welcome to NASCAR 15 and a quick race around Daytona in, I think this is Eric Almirola's car, or Eric Almirola, somebody Almirola. 20 laps long, just the basic race, just for fun. I get to start right at the back, just gives me a chance to play with my new toy, which is the steering wheel.
Buddy. Coming to the green. Come on, man. Eyes on the prize. Let's do this now.
There are no black flags, yellow flags, no tyre wear, no fuel problems. So I just have to get around and get to the end and try and win.
One up top.
And as I'm trying to get used to my steering wheel, I thought this was a good way to play with it. Also with the very standard setup of the car. So it's not like I've got a great advantage.
Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
The driver in first is already 2 seconds ahead. If I had one of my setups for this race, I would be speeding past everybody. Although this handling of my setups is pretty terrible. Let's give that guy a nudge. Yeah. That spun out a few cars. But like I say, there's no yellow flags. There's no black flags, there's no damage. This is just purely for fun. And can I actually catch up the almost 6 second gap that I've currently got between me and the leader? Now, one of the problems I've always had with NASCAR games, this NASCAR 13, I think 15 are the 2 games I've got. I haven't got the latest ones.
The driver in front. Way to go, buddy.
Is all the AI controlled cars are like they're on rails. They go 3 wide round every corner in a mass bunch. If you've ever watched NASCAR, you know they can't do that. They're not capable of doing that. And anybody that tries to do that is going to end up wrecked.
Stay down. High side's clear.
Now looking on my left, you can see my personal best on this track is 45 seconds, 63.63.
Fast far out there right now. We can do this. Gotta keep focused. The leader is 4 seconds in front.
In this car, I'd be lucky to do a 48 flat with its setup. But there again, the AI cars aren't at the most, their strongest. So it should be a relatively reasonable race for me to catch them up. I'm on lap 3 and catching the pack rather well. See if I can get a bit of a slipstream going here. Back to this guy and dive down his inside.
Like we said today, nice and smooth. Stay focused. Stay low.
Nice and smooth and cut down his inside.
Lap, buddy. That one's in the book.
Oh, I got down to 47.57.
2 outside.
Yeah, I mean they will go around 3 wide around these corners with inches between them. There's no way they could do this in reality. And that's another nice wreck. Oh, and I recovered it. Yeah, that's separated out a bit more of the pack.
3 seconds.
See if I can get behind Dylan here and slipstream him a bit. That's the problem with fighting your way through the pack, with the way they're all literally 3 wide and sat on a rail, is that to fight your way through them, you've kind of got to nudge them out the way, which is not great. At least you do it at Daytona. Other tracks, I believe, although I've played a lot of this version of this game,
just keep a good pace. You're doing good.
They do act slightly differently, I believe, but and like I said, I'm trying to get used to my steering wheel. I haven't had a steering wheel for a long time.
Stay on the bottom.
So it's all kind of new to me.
It's time to go to work.
But it's a nice steering wheel with decent pedals. Not that I need brakes on this track, I must admit. You go flat out unless you run into the back of somebody. This is what I'm about to do, I think.
Got him.
I got him.
The leader's a second ahead.
Dive down below the yellow line, which is illegal normally.
Still the fastest car out there. Come on, man, make it count.
And straight to the front. I could have done this in a 10-lap race. Now I've got 14 laps to the lead. Although I will have to pass some back markers, as I've managed to spread the field out rather nicely. I got my best time on so far down to 47.45. Yeah, there's no way I'll get down to a 40, even to a 46 with this setup, the basic default setup, because it really is designed to go that fast.
Right now. Nice and smooth, you're way out front. Use that clean air.
47.28 is actually pretty good for this setup and my driving. I've already opened a 5-second gap between me and second place. But I do like racing Daytona in NASCAR games because it's literally normally pretty much flat out. So if you get your car set up right, you can, as you can see with my personal best, get down to, I got it down to 45.63. I know that some people with different setups have got it down to in the 43s as a best lap time. Come up behind this guy, try not to hit the wall, and dive down inside him.
We're on the outside. Okay, let's use that clean air. Keep digging.
I used to be contemptuous of NASCAR drivers who just get down the straight and turn left.
Clear up top.
But I actually read a really interesting article about them at one point. Not just NASCAR drivers, American oval racing driving, IndyCar as well as NASCAR, and the amount of things they've actually got going, they have to do and take care of whilst driving is really kind of impressive. While I still don't consider most of them on a par with Formula 1 drivers from the actual Formula 1 series rather than what they call Formula 1 IndyCar over here, of which I have not a lot of respect for IndyCar. But it's a lot more difficult apparently to drive down a straight and turn left than you might imagine. On what I was reading in a really detailed article.
Keep it low, keep it low. Right's all clear, bud.
Yes, thanks for that, Mr. Spotter. As I did earlier today, I watched the Monaco Grand Prix. There was also the Indy 500 and a NASCAR race all on the same day. And out of the three of them, the Monaco Grand Prix was the one I looked at the drivers and think, yes, you guys are truly that talented. And one of the reasons I actually got a steering wheel to play with was I have I think it's F1 2016 in my Steam library somewhere. At some point I may even get F1 2017. But to play that game, you need a steering wheel. And I felt like playing that game, so I thought I'd get used to the steering wheel before I tried that game, because I can drive this NASCAR game with keyboard if necessary. But there's no way you can drive F1 2016
home, whatever you're doing,
with a
just keep doing
keyboard. Or at least I can't. So I figured I'd get used to the steering wheel. Then I would get used to F1 2016. And then slowly but surely I'd start turning off the assist one by one until I was trying to drive without any assistance from the computer whatsoever. That may take me a while to actually master, but doesn't mean I can't have fun with games like this in the meantime.
You're good low. Clear right. 9 to go.
I believe that most people who play these NASCAR games, far more than I do, don't have a great deal of good things to say about this version of it.
We can do this all day.
But it's still reasonable fun. I do actually enjoy trying to complete full races, the full length, which in Daytona's case is 200 laps. with a setup which makes the car a lot more difficult to control, but makes it a lot faster.
Go to the high side.
And with actual damage, tyre wear and fuel to deal with.
Running great, buddy. All that work's paying off.
Oh,
awesome
okay.
lap.
Fastest lap so far.
We're on the high side.
Yes, I don't know where second currently is. Oh, I think he's about maybe a third to a half a lap ahead of me. Or just under half a lap ahead of me. Or 29 seconds behind me. Almost
Doing
30
great.
seconds.
Nice and steady. Second place is way back.
Hum-de-dum-dum.
7 to go.
That's those two like they were standing still. If I managed to thread this nicely between these two.
Move up high.
Oh, I managed to thread it between those two and wreck one of them. And done myself a few dodgy ways across that track. And one thing I have noticed with this, even with the steering wheel and the default setup, is the car tends to pull a little left. You get a little bit of damage on the car and it tends to straighten out. Get too much damage, it tends to pull to the right.
Keep digging, buddy. It's not over yet.
At least it did when I was doing a full race at Daytona. You tend to notice the difference. So
6 to go.
this car doesn't seem to like to drive particularly straight unless you damage it slightly, which is kind of odd. You think the default setup it would let you drive in a straight line, but no, it still dances all over the place. Specifically to the left at the moment. I've actually got the steering wheel pointed slightly right to try and get it to go straight, like draft behind these two guys, and go around the outside of them.
Put it on the left.
Coming up shortly should be the rest of the pack.
5 to go. We have fun out there.
Just going around the corner ahead of me. So I should be seeing them halfway down the straight, 2/3 of the way down the straight. They're just about certainly back of them there, or the very back of the pack. Yeah, you can just see them going around the corner in the distance. See them now. Will I be able to chase some of them down before the end of the race?
4 to go.
And ow, my nose itches. Well, look at them. Well, they're still 3 wide, going round as a pack, as though they're on rails.
Put it on the low side. Okay, let's use that clean air. Keep digging.
And literally, you cannot do that in NASCAR. It's just not possible to go round 3 wide like you're on rails as a whole pack, the whole race. At some point, someone's going to have an accident. And they basically go down to 2 abreast, one behind the other, and occasionally go 3 wide. Normally, when you listen to the commentators, they're all
Ready to go.
in shock when 3 wides are going into a corner. But not in this game, apparently. Apparently that's perfectly permissible. Oh, when he just dived down in front of me.
Remember what we said, no rookie mistakes out there today.
I didn't make a rookie mistake, he dived down in front of me. I was actually backing off and took my foot off the accelerator.
We can do this all day.
To try and not slam into the back of someone. I wasn't expecting someone to come down from above me and hit me. At least that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. wondering if I managed to catch up with the pack before the end of the race again.
2 to go.
Going to be close. Not that it matters, second place is somewhere at the front of that pack. Not like it's a threat to my victory here.
Clear high.
Car's pulling to the left again. Yes, can I get past this whole pack again?
Nice and smooth. You're way out front. Use that clean air. Stay down.
Yeah, we'll do it the same way we did last time.
It's too fast, man. Check up. Check up.
Well, I wasn't planning on going to the pits. I was just planning on going past everybody.
We work for. You got it.
Now everybody is at least 1 lap behind me. These two are going to be at least 2 laps behind me by the time this race finishes, as I scrape the wall.
All right, you got it.
I wasn't planning on doing that to you. Sorry, pal. That was purely lack of concentration on my part. It wasn't deliberate. There's Earnhardt Jr.
High side's clear. We have yes, yes, yes! Woo! Way to go, buddy. Great job. Awesome. Awesome, buddy. That was unbelievable. You're just the man. I'm telling you, you're the man.
And that was Daytona. I have no idea with these questions.